Hi guys, Owen Davies here from Golfshake.com, and I've got three brand new irons from Mizuno in my hands. Now, I know a lot of you will have been very excited about these, will have seen teasers out on the internet about these new blades and the accompanying family of irons from Mizuno, and I'm equally excited. It's great to get my hands on them. First saw them a little while ago, but it's great to actually see them in person and get to hit them. So these are the new MP18 family from Mizuno, and comprise of a full out blade MP18, then an SC, which is a split cavity blade 18, and then right up to the top here, which is an MMC, which is a multi-material club from them. So what's really special about these is it really goes back and harks back to Mizuno's glory days. Not that they're having a bad time of it at the moment, but really when they were making very, very good blades, played by the world's best players, and Nick Faldo springs to mind, who had quite a bit of input with their master craftsmen in Japan into the shape of these irons. So I'm going to start off with the blade first of all and give it a few hits and really talk through what's special about these. Now, they're made out of a kind of 1025 grain forged carbon, or steel, sorry. So really good soft forged metal as you'd expect from Mizuno, and they are an all-out pure blade. That's the first thing to say. So you're not going to get a lot of help here when you put it down. And the first thing you notice when you put this behind the ball is that shape that maybe springs to mind from the kind of late 80s, early 90s, that heyday of Faldo. So it's a much shorter head than we've seen from Mizuno for a lot of while, so a lot more compact and a higher toe. That's the first thing I notice about them. So I'm going to give this a hit. So obviously pure blade sitting on top here. But the top line's not super thin actually. It doesn't. It's not super scary. It's just quite a small squat head. Okay, just feels great off the face straight away. Lovely soft feeling. What you'd expect from a Mizuno blade. Give it one more go. Yeah, lovely. I mean, very workable as well as you'd expect. Something you can really manoeuvre around quite a bit. Not something I would be playing in the long irons for sure. I think technology has maybe moved on a bit, but if you're a purist and you really want to put that full set of blades in there, you can have a beautiful set of golf clubs. Moving on now to the split cavity. So straight away you see a slightly thicker top line, you see a bit of help here behind the ball, a bit of thickness in there, and that perimeter weighting in there as well, just to give you that extra bit of help, that extra bit of control as well. So putting it down as well, looks very like the full out blade, slightly thicker top line. I think they said it's about 0.5 mil higher head, but you've still got this very squat, high toe, kind of high heel there, which is that signature of the kind of late 80s, early 90s Mizunos. Going to give this one a hit. Lovely, you can feel straight away, a bit easier to get that one up in the air. Went a bit higher for me as well. You know, so you can definitely feel that extra bit of weight there behind the ball, and that little bit of help from the perimeter weighting. Give this another go. Still lovely and soft as well. Lovely set of clubs, and maybe if you're not looking for an all-out blade but you want something really workable, really a good player's club, this could be one that you want to put out throughout the set. Maybe you could mix in the lower blades, the 8-9 pitching wedge with the full blade, and mix them in together. And a little bit more on that later, because Mizuno have thought that through actually. And now onto the multi-compound iron. Now this, it really does look great. It looks absolutely fantastic when you look at it. It's got a titanium insert at the back and then a tungsten toe. So that's where the multi-material comes from. So it's still made out of the same kind of forged metal, but it's got that multi-material in there, and that's it really designed to give you as much help as possible. Now, while they've used this multi-material, and they haven't, you know, Mizuno aren't new to this, and lots of manufacturers using lots of different materials in their irons, it's the first time they've actually used a multi-material iron, mixed it in with some blades and some forged cavities, and really been inspired by the kind of master craftsman. So putting this behind the ball, you can see it's really not a lot larger head than the split cavity. I don't think it's hugely different looking down on top. Maybe a thicker, slightly thicker top line. And certainly you can see this is slightly rounded off in the toe a bit more. But I'm going to give this one a hit. Okay, Again, just that slightly bit easier to hit than the split cavity, and quite a bit easier to hit than the blade. Quite a bit more help there. Going to give this one more go. Okay. I don't think there's a huge difference there between the feel between the full out blade and going down to the multi-material, but what you do get is that little bit of help getting the ball in the air, and certainly on the head shape it's still pretty small, pretty compact, and what you can do, and what Mizuno have thought about, is mixing and matching these irons together. So they've really thought about, actually, you know, the blades have got slightly more loft. These are going to be a stronger loft in the multi-materials, but you can bend these. So when you order a mix set, they can bend them, and they've done the offset so that when it's bent, the offsets match it in. Now, quite often manufacturers aren't thinking about that. They've got different lofts, and well, you can mix and match sets. They've all got different lofts. Some are stronger than the others. So gapping becomes important. You have to mix these in, maybe bend some lofts around, move them around, but then the offsets don't quite match. So Mizuno thought this through very, very carefully. I love the fact that they've got an iron set that's been inspired by the master craftsmen, which they've then given to them. They've worked on them, and then the molds have been done from there. So rather than taking a CAD design, a computer design, taking that and then getting the craftsman to kind of do each individual set and actually grind them down and make them where a good player really wants to see them, they've actually done this the other way around, created some clubs, taken them to the craftsman, then taken them to the mold and the forging process, and it's really made a difference. So if you're a big fan of that traditional Mizuno shape but want some of the technology in there, you've got the multi-material. If you're an absolute purist, you've got the blade as well, and if you really want to mix and match in, you can do that also. It's also worth noting they've got a high fly in there as well, so kind of 2, 3, 4 iron. You want a bit of help in those longer irons, but want to go all the way through down to the blade, you can also do that. So a really great offering from Mizuno, very exciting, still quite difficult to hit, but definitely not impossible by any means. Guys, we'd love to know what you think of these, if you're excited about them, if you've seen them out there, you've actually gone and had a chance to hit them and actually mix and match the set in. We'd love to know what you think, so don't forget to comment below. If you're watching this on YouTube and you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so, and we'll see you next time.